Okay guys, The Boys Season 4 has officially finished. Now, when this season first came out, I said that those first 3 episodes really focused a bit too much on the politics. Did the remainder of the season end up swaying my opinion? Let's discuss. I know that The Boys has always been political satire, but I do still stand by my statement. This season, that became one of the main focuses, particularly just poking fun at the MAGA crowd. It feels like the showrunner this season decided to stop beating around the bush and start beating a dead horse, which, in my opinion, resulted in the weakest season of all 4, but this is still a very good show. Now, one of my main complaints with this season is it didn't feel like it had a main overarching story. I wasn't really sure where things were supposed to be heading, but we do definitely get some great moments in this season. Particularly, we have an awesome moment with Kamiko. We have a great emotional send-off for Simon Pegg. And of course, the great Antony Starr delivers a fantastic performance as Homelander, the guy that we all love to hate. At least I hope that we're all hating him. Antony Starr really is one of the best parts of the show. He might even be the best part of the show. I know Karl Urban is super popular as well, but Antony Starr, Homelander's character, is just fantastic. I particularly love just seeing him get frustrated. When he gets mad, the look in Homelander's face is just priceless. I could really watch a compilation clip of just all the times that Homelander got annoyed and just seeing what he ended up doing as a result of that annoyance. It's always super entertaining, and you never know what you're gonna get. In this season, he's basically the leader of Vought. Anyone that is above him, he's basically eliminated from his path, and that means that he has everybody looking to him for guidance and everybody kissing his ass, and he really doesn't like that. He basically wanted this status, but once he got it, he realized, okay, I am the only capable one in the room, the smartest person in the room. These people are just telling me exactly what I need to hear, and that is very annoying. Which is why we end up getting introduced to Sister Sage, someone who is supposed to be mentally superior to him and offering him some challenges and some much-needed guidance. Sister Sage is a really interesting character. I'm not sure she's the greatest character that they've introduced. I still think that belongs to Soldier Boy. Jensen Ackles was just so awesome, and I can't wait to see more of him in the last season because we do get an Easter egg in the end of this season that basically suggests that he is going to be coming back. I mean, why would they put this guy on ice if they weren't planning on bringing him back later? But that being said, Sister Sage is still a worthy character. I really enjoyed seeing her. I thought she was very brave. It was very refreshing seeing somebody have the balls to stand up to Homelander. I kept thinking that it wasn't going to work out for her best interest, yet by the end of the season, somehow she is still alive, so you have to give her character praise. She really did control Homelander a bit. By the end of the season, I think it's safe to say that Billy Butcher is a villain. Next season, I am quite sure that we're going to get a very dark version of Butcher, even darker than he already is, which doesn't really seem possible, but yet I think it is. He's really lost what remaining hope he has. It seems like Ryan is not going to be switching sides and joining up with him, although I still have some thoughts about that. The virus in his head is really wreaking havoc. He's getting sick. He's seeing things. He's just really having a dark time, and that is why his character is just going to go full villain next season. I was extremely pleased to see the redemption arc for A-Train. I was really hoping he would continue down this path because it seemed clear from the beginning that he was never really as evil as he pretended to be. Not saying he hasn't done some horrible stuff, but I think a lot of the horrible stuff that he ended up doing, like most of the people in the Seven ended up doing, it's because they're scared of Homelander and they're trying to make sure that he doesn't go after them. And I am not saying that that's an excuse, but fear of death will make people do some very interesting stuff. There was a lot of online bitching about Frenchie this season, mostly because his story introduced a side to him that people didn't think was there. I personally always got bisexual vibes from the guy, but you know, who am I? And unfortunately, as you'd expect, the internet is quick to pull out its pitchforks anytime something with LGBT gets mentioned. It's very unfortunate. I think people need to get a thicker skin and stop getting upset about things that really don't affect them. No one is telling you to be gay. Overall, there's less excitement to be had in the season, but I do think the character progression really sets things up for a pretty interesting finale. I am still betting on Ryan turning good. Yes, he did push Grace into the wall and kill her, but I don't think he did that on purpose. I think that he is still getting used to his strength, and therefore he didn't realize just how hard he had pushed her. When she died, he did show very little emotion, but that is because what is he going to do? Is sitting there crying going to bring her back? No, it is not. Plus, he's been spending a lot of time with his dad this season, and Homelander is always teaching him that these people are basically cockroaches. You don't need to get worried about what happens to a cockroach. So maybe some of that lesson is rubbing off on Ryan a little bit, but I still think that he is going to end up turning good. Maybe that's just hopeful ignorance. And by the way, I am hoping that we do get to see Queen Maeve again. I think it would be a huge bummer if the final season ended and we never saw this character come back. She was an important part of the first 3 seasons, so she probably is going to come back. What do you guys think about that? While this is not the strongest season, I still think this is very solid entertainment. There is a lot of fun to be had in the show. You gotta love all that gore. You gotta love some of the fucked up shit that you see in the show. For me, I would give this season an 8 out of 10. It's not as good as the previous seasons, but it is still well worth checking out. I know that there are certain people who are really offended by this season, you know, the MAGA crowd. And like I said, I think that this season did make fun of them a bit too much, but you know, they do make it easy. So that's my thoughts on this season. What do you guys think? Please put your thoughts in the comments. Try to stay cordial, but you know, it's the internet, so I don't want to ask too much. Did you like this video? If you did like it, please hit the like button. And if you want to hear more of my opinions, then you should subscribe to this channel. Later.